Let's play!
Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Breath of Fire 4! Oh, that feels good to say. So in the last part we sort of introduced the characters, introduced the gameplay, introduced everything. And in this part we're going to be not going this way, we're going to be heading to Sarai. Now actually another thing you can do is, if you press triangle on the map you can go into camp. Now setting up camp you might think, oh well, it's, but in this camp, that kind of confused me. My own speech. In this game, you actually set up a camp, and you can go around and you can talk to your comrades about what's going on at the moment. Don't worry, Ryu. There's bound to be someone in town who can help you. Not only that, you can go into said tent and do quite a bit here. So one of the things you can do is rest, so you can heal. Now, it's not a full heal. The only way to get an actual full heal is to go to an inn. This will heal your HP. However, you can actually not permanently, but sort of, you can lose HP in which even if you heal, you don't get it back. That happens if you, your character dies and then gets revived. They lose a bit of their health that they can't get back through normal healing. So, the only way to do that is to heal at an actual inn, which is pretty cool. However, there is a way to get around that later, but as I said, we'll get into that later. And here we have the first area, the cliffs. Let's see. We have to go over these cliffs to get to Sarai. Let's hurry and try to get over them before it gets dark. Actually, you know what? I might... Oh, no, I didn't mean to press that button. Also, Nina, you can just go down. Although I'm sure Ryu got a nice shot there, of your patootie. Let's go to the settings for a sec. I might turn the text up to fast, if only because I want to. Buttons. Oh, you can change the buttons? Really? I'm not going to change it. That'll get even more confusing. I'd rather get used to a control scheme than have to worry about figuring out a new one or something. I don't know. So as I said, you can just charge, and it does take care of enemies pretty good. You can stop it at any time. It really is the auto battle from Persona, which I love. I gotta say. That's a really nice feature in RPGs, and something a lot more need to do. And this isn't the right direction. I knew that! Pfft, what are you talking? Actually, I just wanted to see what's up there. Oh, green! Obviously green means it's good, so of course we get a preemptive strike. Like I said, this game falls into a lot of common JRPG tropes. And that's why I love it. You see, it's like in this day and age, every game tries to do something crazy and innovative. I mean, that or they try to appeal to the masses, This game, in my opinion, doesn't. But that's good, because it's itself, that's the thing. Looks like we've run out of road. But don't worry, we should be able to jump over this. All you have to do to jump is stand at the place where it's near enough to jump and press the X button. If you don't know what that is, just imagine a giant button in the sky and a giant finger coming to press it. Am I crazy? Yes. Or move in the direction you want and jump with the directional buttons. So, you really don't have to press X because it is just an auto jump, and that's really all it is. See, isn't it easy? One more to go. Yeah, it's all you have to do is run towards it. Good thing you were able to jump. We're really high up. Whoa! Don't you just love that feeling you get looking down from a high place like this? As a person who is afraid of heights, no. Not at all. I'd rather be clinging on to something on land, thank you. It makes me dizzy. It's so exciting. How's that exciting? That's horrifying. Oh, God! Of course, Ryu jumps into action without thinking. I actually love this cutscene. You'll see. You see, it's stuff like that I love. Are you alright, Ryu? Did you do that because you thought I needed help? You're not hurt, are you? I'm sorry, I didn't tell you about my wings. I can use them to fly a little, so I can survive a fall like that. But it was very brave of you to do that, Ryu. Very brave and heroic. Thank you. I will accept my payment in smooches and cuddles. Looks like the sun's going down. That was really quick. It's probably safer if we wait until it's light to climb up the cliff. Let's look for a place where you can sleep. I will gladly do that for you, princess. Gladly. Looks like we could camp here. Indeed we can, princess. All we need is a fire. And that's how I ended up here. No, that's boring. You should have started off with, and that's why I never go to the bathroom in the woods anymore. You know, it's that sort of out of context stuff that gamers would rather be interested in. Like you. I'm interested in you, princess. I want to have sex with you. Where are you headed, Ryu? Whoops, I forgot. You're lost, aren't you? He's just like, yep. He's very carefree, you can tell. Actually, there is a manga for this game that actually came out, like, years and years later, like, within recent years. Like, this game came out, I think, 2001, maybe? I don't know. But, actually, no, maybe earlier than that. Yeah, this game got a manga recently that really opens up Ryu's character in that he can talk. Tomorrow, once we get to town, I'm sure we'll be able to find someone who knows you. Yep. And here we're introduced to yet another interesting thing about this game, in which this game has a sort of dual parallel, that's kind of redundant, but parallel stories, in which if you look here, we're suddenly here. Where is this place? Looks like suddenly light. Looks like some Aztec-y ruins, if you will. Some ancient ruins of ruiny. Actually, they're not really ruins, maybe. And there is a puppy. Hello, puppy. And here we are introduced to the other protagonist. So, the time hath come. Who speaks like he's from Shakespeare. Yes, my lord, majesty. 'Twould appear that something is amiss. Where art thou, courtiers, the priests? Why is there not a single voice raised in greeting at thy return? 'Tis not of import, they are mortals. I love reading this guy's lines. They're so fun. His lines are so fun to read aloud. Were we to attempt to understand their mind, we should spend an eternity. There be more pressing matters to attend to. I imagine him having a deep, gruff voice, even though he has an earring and looks like a woman. Canst thou not sense it? This presence, 'tis far and still slumbering, but 'tis what we have sought low these many ages. I just have a huge smile on my face reading it. Wonku, guard our place of rest, as you wish, sire. So here we have, Majesty, whither art thou going? We shall go to our capital as was planned. That's a little too deep a voice. We shall, no, he should have the John Rook voice, yes. Yes, we will do that. So, he actually is another playable character. But, as we'll learn, he's not exactly a good guy, and that's what I love. Now, if you look, he's already level 64 with amazing stats. You can't, you can change his items and stuff. Sorry about that. His, inventory is shared with Ryu. However, I don't know. Is it? It is. Later on it is. I think at this point it's not. Stop confusing me, game. So, this is Foulu. He is an interesting character. In fact, he is quite the character, as we'll learn right away. So as you can see, you just hop over, bye, Kate, come back. That's why, maybe running shouldn't be default. Also, he's just so badass, he frickin' just warps across. Fuck jumps, we got warps. It's frickin' Dulcim. Actually, this is a character I'd love to see in a versus game, like a Marvel or Capcom versus. Who goes there? What be ye doing in this place? Huh? Who are you? They say a dragons or something supposed to appear tonight, so we were told to watch this area. A dragon? That's right, and not just any dragon either. They say it's the legendary Dragon of Doom, which will bring ruin to the Empire. And what be thy design for this dragon? We will destroy it, of course. Nothing can withstand the might of the Imperial Army. Thou believest thou can do such a thing? Thou art but mere mortals. You thought Jesus was born under a star? Nope. Jesus was born under a black hole that gave birth to a dragon! That's a very weird thing to say. Just enjoy the beautiful dragon. Thou dost not ken the power that which you would destroy. This be a dragon. A dragon 'tis a force of nature unto itself. Thou mayest as well seek to fight a volcano or the very earth itself. So as I said, dragons aren't just creatures in this. Dragons in this universe are life itself. They are the elements physically. Dragons doth give birth to thy kind, grant thee life and verily taketh it away. They are not to thee as thou art to an insect. In thy terms. Oh, I love the designs of the dragons in this game. You'll see, like, yeah, the two dragons that two of the three that we've seen so far look like now they are gods. Indeed they are. You know, we've only seen 3 dragons so far, and 2 of them look the exact same. But let me tell you, all the dragons in this game, minus the 2 that that look the same because they're twin dragons and stuff, they all have amazing, amazing designs. You'll see. You'll see. There's a lot in this game. Wouldst thou fight a god? I know I've said it before, but this game does have the best graphics I've seen on the PS1. It's just so, like, yeah, you know, the 3D stuff isn't that good, but you know, it is at the same time, you know, it's, I don't know, maybe it's my nostalgia talking. I have a lot of nostalgia about this game. I actually didn't play it that much, though. You see, it was at my Nana's that her son had the strategy guide for this, and so that's where I learned all about this game. 'Tis as I thought. It is not the nature of mortals to change their ways. So, there goes the 2 guards. Let's refer to them as Biggs and Wedge. Because references. Actually, the first 2 Breath of Fire games were made... Whoops, this isn't the right way. Were made in a combination of Square Enix and Capcom. So, the first 2 games actually use something similar to the Final Fantasy engine. Also, here we have Zorus's, and as you can see, I love this. It's like, you know, you fight the first enemies and you're only doing, like, you know, so much damage, but this monster eats anything and everything. It loves eggs. That will be something later. Now, here's another thing. We can't do this. Actually, we can't. Now we can do this with Ryu. You see, both Ryu and Foulu can transform into a dragon hybrid form. Right now, we only have their regular forms of Astral and Aura. Astral for Foulu and Aura for Ryu. Oh, first time I saw this, I was like, oh my god, yes! So as you can see, they transform into a half-dragon form. Now, this half-dragon form is actually treated as sort of a separate character, in which it, you know, it has its own health. I think, no, AP is shared. And you get a whole bunch of different attacks. You know, you get death. It gets dragon magic, which is stronger than regular magic, and also has names like Bing and like. We'll talk about that in a sec. First off, though, at the top of the list is always the dragon attacks. We have Eraser for Or is it erasure? I don't know. I didn't see. Dragon magic is basically, like the dragon summon magic is basically summon magic, if you will. Long cutscenes, but awesome cutscenes. And lots of damage, as you will see. And yes, we have this, and it's only at the beginning of the game. This game is a very easy JRPG. So, you won a great victory. Indeed we did. So as you can see, you know, it's very cool, you know, how they did this where you start off, you know, you're not that far into the game, and all of a sudden, you have all this power. It's like, oh, it's crazy. I love it. But we have time for, I guess we can go here, and you can't set up camp with Foulu because he's gritty and angsty. Camps? Shh. He'd rather just, actually I should, oh! The encounter rate. That's a problem I have with this game, though. The encounter rate is very high. So let's see if we can escape. You were able to flee the battle. Good. Because it's just annoying. You know, with Foulu, there is no, at the beginning, since you can't really customize him, like, you can later on, not really, actually. It's almost more like puzzle battles with him, because, you know, with Ryu and stuff, it is sort of, you have to do it, like, you know, there's some customizing and stuff, but with him it's more like preset, and you have to work off of that, if you will. It's like, for instance, you won't be using many items, minus a few healing, maybe, but otherwise it's really just set battles with Foulu. You actually don't do much exploring with him. You might have seen that short little guy in the intro with this creepy smile. Pardon my, no, what voice should I give? Pardon my presumption, but I believe you are the God Emperor Foulu, yes? Oh, this little bastard. I have been expecting you, ever since I saw the flames rising from the woods where I placed my soldiers on watch. Thou sayest thou wert waiting for us. Thou knowest of us and what we are, then. Yes, your majesty, you are the first emperor, Foulu. You know that emperor we were talking about in the little blurb of the game? Who founded the great Foulu Empire. Sorry, I accidentally pressed the button. Yeah, that's Foulu. So you know how they're saying we have to stop an immortal emperor? Well, we're playing as him. Which I love! Such a great idea. I mean, at this point, it's probably not, you know, a big thing, but at this, like, when I first played this, I thought it was so cool. And knowing this, thou... Sorry. Thou wouldst greet us with such malice in thine heart, and thine blade in hand. I'm afraid. Times have changed, your majesty. And this guy is basically... You know that chick who always battles Yuna in Final Fantasy X, who always has, you know, you do summon battles, if you will? It's the best way to describe him, as sort of a summoner. So here we have Calm, one of Yom's servants. He has a powerful fire attack. So, fire. What's good against fire? Also, as you can see, magic is shared between them, further showing their bond. Now, since Foulu's innate sort of element is water, well, water and ice are shared elements in this. It is water and ice and stuff. So, his dragon hybrid form, has water and ice attacks. Therefore, probably makes the most sense to transform into dragon form so that we can use water on him. Flaming Fist. Oh, that'd be painful. So as you can see, actually, the bosses are in 3D. Well, the, you know, all the enemies are, you know, done in, like, I want to say, like, a painted style. Because if you look at the sprites, they're not, they're not, I don't know how to say it. It's not a true sort of sprite, if you will. But it is. It's like, oh, it's weird. How do I say it? Like, there's no outlines to them. Like, if you could see, there's no, well, there might be. Not really. I don't know how to explain this sort of drawn. Like, it looks painted. That's what I think. I think it looks like, it really does look like a painted picture of the characters. And that's why I love it. the art of this game is just the character art is brilliant. Oh, I know I'm just completely beating a dead horse here, but I do love the art. I love it, maybe not to the point of Okami where it's like stylized, but it's still very nice. Now, something of interest is that this game actually doesn't have many Japanese sort of ties. Like there are, you'll notice, but this game actually is more of a Korean game. A lot of the inspiration for certain things, some of the text is Korean. You appear tired, Majesty. It is to be expected, I suppose. You have just awoken from a long, long sleep. And you're not exactly complete, are you? Except in the Japanese version, it's Japanese, but they changed it here for some reason. 'Twould appear thou dost mean not to fulfill thine duty, as thou art called upon to do by our promise. What? Has anyone ever really been as far as to try to be more like? Alas, it is as you say, my lord. From now we would have you sleep once more. I would call thee foolish, but thou art mortal. Thou cannot go against thy nature. No more than a fish could walketh upon the firmament. That is such a line. I'd imagine the translators having so much fun with this. Still, thou wilt find that our promises are not easily broken. Return thine to thine master, and tell him in our words. Notice he says our. That's something interesting, because he says our, so us, you could say stuff about that, but I'll let you do the thinking on your own. Trying to buy time, are you, Majesty? Set fire to the trees. We must stop them before he recovers his full strength. And I set fire to the trees. Watched it burn as I comb my hair. And it's wide and long and I'm a fucking dragon. Thank you. I'll be here all week. So yeah, Foulu isn't exactly complete. Thou wouldst used fire against us. Indeed, planned well have they. Sounds like Yoda. So, how's our health doing right now? Is it, oh, it's fine. We could use more AP, but actually AP restoring items are very, very hard to find, in this game. You will sort of value every one that you get. So, I think we go up, do we? Yes, we do. There's, like I said, you don't have to focus on getting items as Foulu. That's a big no-no. Oh, hey, a wooden bridge. These never fall or anything. As I recall, your Majesty has a strong affinity to water, yes? And with your powers not fully returned, it is unlikely you will be able to survive battle with my creations in this raging fire. We wouldst know thy name, O cunning one. Yom, General of the Foulu Imperial Army, at your service. Oh, oh, well, the thing's clipping through the rock, but I mean, look at the graphics! Other than, the thing clipping through the rock, I love it. I don't want to take any chances. Find the body. I will do things to it. Because I'm an old man, and old mans are always scary. And we're back to Ryu. So, it's actually taking place on 2 different continents. And that's something cool, is that this game sort of, even though it's a short RPG, there are clear arcs. Like right now, we're in the desert arc. But as you'll see later, there are, you go through all these different environments, and it does feel like an arc of an anime, which I love. Woo! We managed to make it up, didn't we? It was just a little way. It's just a little more ways to the town. I can't speak because I'm a woman. That was not good to say, but don't mind me. So, I think it's about time to call it a part. If you look down on the map, there's Sarai. So the next part, we'll be heading to Sarai. Thank you guys for watching. Again, I don't know if you're actually watching. I love this game. I'm gonna try to calm down with the loving of this game, because, I realize that it gets annoying after a while. So I'll work on that in the future. But, until then, guys, see you later. Ciao.